Hello everybody, here is another review, this time of a role-playing game book. It's called Call of Cthulhu, which is the French version of Call of Cthulhu. This is published by Son Détour, but it's basically the Chaosium Inc. license, so it's the French version. The reason why I'm reviewing this book today is because I'm a bibliophile. I love books and I love well-made books, as those of you who have seen my earlier reviews of the German Pegasus Spiele GmbH Call of Cthulhu books know. And this is the basic rule book. As you can see, it's a hardcover book. And I am reviewing it today because I want you to take a good look at this book. Most of you are familiar with the Call of Cthulhu basic role-playing game book by Chaosium Inc. This book is a translation thereof, but when you just look at the actual book, you will notice that it's a much, much better version. Not so much from the content side, because the rules, with one exception, seem to be identical, but just from the mere production value. Now this is the preface face. And when you just look at this, it's full color. The artwork is absolutely astounding. These are fungi from Yugos. Here you have a little double-sided painting of investigators fighting some Call of Cthulhu monsters. There is quite a lot of high-end artwork in this, which makes it really, really atmospheric, considering that this is a rule book. It's not a book which you use to spice up your campaign. It's not a campaign book at all. It contains a lot of visuals that will help you get into the mood of things, that are very atmospheric and that turn this into much more than just your basic boring rule book. Basically, this, in my opinion, brings Call of Cthulhu into the 20th and 21st centuries, because I've said this time and time again, I think that Chaosium Inc. don't really make very good books, because the books are mainly black and white, outdated graphics, outdated layouts and editing. You will see when you look at this book that there's also artwork that you may have found in other Call of Cthulhu related publications. There are images that you would find in Arkham Horror as well. I saw a picture of one of the investigators from Arkham Horror. A lot of the stuff that is explained is also illustrated. Now this illustration down here gives you some information on the ability of distances that can be viewed depending on the weather conditions, because this book is very precise when it comes to this. What it does also do with regard to the rules is it adds one new rule, which seems to now which seems to be discussed now by people who are trying to bring out the 7th edition of Call of Cthulhu in English as well, and it's a so-called aplomb rule. The aplomb rule basically is a rule which allows you to spend points. So when you are about to lose sanity, you can decide to spend aplomb points so that you reduce the sanity loss, or if you fail a challenge, and you, for example, you need to roll a percentile dice, and you have to get, let's say, 50, but you only get 49, then you can spend aplomb points to re-roll or to add to your results, so that you can try and solve the challenge anyway. So this is one of the rules that are different in the French edition, but it seems that this is under discussion for the New English edition as well. So basically, why am I recommending this book, or who am I recommending this book to? I'm recommending this book to anyone who really is into Call of Cthulhu, the role-playing game, and who wants to have lovely books, and who's interested in artwork, who wants things to be atmospheric. You have to speak French, because of course it is written in French. But if you read French, then this is the book for you. Of course, I also recommend it to anyone who wants to play Call of Cthulhu and who is French. Buy this book. Don't go for the English rule set. The French rule set is just as good, plus it looks much better. And I also recommend this to Chaosium Inc. Please, guys, look at the books that come out of Europe. Germany, Pegasus, Spiele GmbH, France, Sans Détour. These books are role-playing game books for the 21st century that are appealing to the eye, that are concise, that are well edited, that are well written, and that actually make the game even more enjoyable. This book retails at 45 euros, which is probably around, I don't know, maybe $55 to $60. So it doesn't come cheap, but the production value is just great. When you just look at the text itself, the layout is very easy on the eye. It's very easy to read. I don't want to show too much because of I'm not sure about the copyright stuff, but again, looking at this, I mean, you as the keeper can bring this in. So if you want to, if you say, instead of reading out, oh, you find a really strange bas relief, you can just show them this. Guys, this is what you find. So for those of you who are Call of Cthulhu fans, get this book. It is well worth it. Even if you don't read a lot of French, you could still use the artwork for your own campaigns. Enjoy and have a lovely day.